Hello students, I welcome you again in this session and we are going to continue the chapter The Adventures of Toto by Ruskin Bond. Let's start. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable where he had for a companion the family donkey Nana. So, when the grandmother finally accepted Toto, so he got you can say a home in the stable where he had a friend, and the friend was actually a family donkey which was there with them from such a long time, and the name of the donkey was Nana. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. The very first day when Toto was given a place in the stable, so at night grandfather just took a stroll there and he went there to see if he was comfortable or not. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause, pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. So when he went there, he was surprised, he was totally dumbstruck because he found that Nana, who was the family donkey, she was not ready to eat anything. Rather, she was just pulling her head from the halter. Halter is rope. She was just every time pulling the head from the rope and trying to keep it as far as possible from the bundle of hay. It shows that she was somewhere upset, she didn't want to eat anything, she was annoyed. And what could be the reason? So grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches and she jerked back, dragging Toto with her. So the moment grandfather slapped, Nana was quite annoyed. He had fastened onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth. And what grandfather saw, that Toto has actually bit her long ears with her sharpened teeth. Toto and Nana never became friends. So after that, they both were very apart from each other. They don't mix up with each other. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for his bath. So during winter season, a bowl of warm water was actually a treat for Toto, which every time grandmother gave him so that he could bath, he would cunningly test the temperature with his hand. You can see in the picture below how happy he is on finding the bowl of warm water, and how cleverly he is touching the water with one of his hand. Then gradually step into the bath, first one foot, then the other, as he had seen me doing, the way the narrator used to do, just by touching the water, but touching the temperature of the water, then by gradually stepping in the bath with one foot and then with the other, until he was into the water up to his neck. Once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hands or feet, and once he was comfortable in the water, when the water of the temperature and the temperature of the body got mixed, he took the soap in his hand and on his feet and rubbed him all over. The way we used to bath, the same thing he used to do. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. So once the water become cold and he is not able to adjust in the cold water, since it was a winter season, so he started running from the place and at once entered into the kitchen just to dry him up. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, Toto's feelings would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. And you cannot laugh at him because he feels insulted. He also has feelings. So what if he is you can say animal? So his feelings got hurt and he would refuse that he is not going to take bath now. One day Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Finding the water just warm enough for a bath, he got in, with his head sticking out from the open kettle. So one day what happened? A large kitchen kettle was left on the fire. It was on the fire, and he thought that it was a water for him. So he decided to just move into that water. He saw a large kitchen kettle left on the fire to boil for tea. He removed the lid and found the water warm enough for a bath. He got in with his head sticking out from the open kettle. A little while, this was just fine for a while, until the water began to boil. But as the water was on fire, it started boiling. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. He just put his head out and his body out, but when he put his body or head out, he feels cold, so again he sat down. He continued hopping up and down for some time until grandmother arrived and hauled him half boiled out of the kettle. So it was a timely interference of the grandmother, else Toto would be half boiled that day. A little while later, the water began to boil, and Toto raised himself but sat down again since it was cold outside. He hopped up and down many times till grandmother came and took out a half-boiled Toto from the kettle. If there is a part of brain specially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. He was always tearing things in pieces. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in it. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. Stuffing himself is feeding. He was just filling his stomach with rice. My grandmother screamed, shouted, and Toto threw a plate at her, because the moment he saw that grandmother is shouting at me, he just took the plate and threw at her. One of my aunts rushed forward to just rescue the grandmother, and what Toto did? He just took the glass of water and put it on my aunt's face and received a glass of water in the face. So basically, Toto's monkey business continued, and it was decided that he would no longer be kept as a pet. Why? This happened when he was caught stuffing himself with rice, or you can say pulao, laid at the dining table at lunchtime. Grandmother screamed at him when he saw this. Even when Toto saw that grandmother screaming at him, he threw a plate at her and a glass of water on the face of one of his aunts, who actually tried to, you can say, shoo him away. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. We found him in the branches of jackfruit tree, the dish still in his arms. So the moment grandfather arrived, Toto was in fear. He just took that dish of pulao, whatever bowl they were having, whatever plate they were having, he just hold that pulao dish or plate and just made his exit through the window. And what we found? We found that he was hanging in the branches of the jackfruit tree. The dish, and that dish was actually in his arm. That plate or bowl of pulao was in his arms. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice. Now we were looking at him, and he was actually, seems that he was making fun, because he was eating each and every bit of rice, determined on finishing every grain. And then, in order to spite grandmother, in order to annoy grandmother, gussa dilana, spite is gussa dilana, annoy karna. In order to spite grandmother, who had screamed at him, because grandmother had actually screamed at him, and we have read that he has got his self-respect. He threw that dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when it broke into 100 pieces. To take revenge from the grandmother, because grandmother had shouted on him, he took the plate and threw it from the tree, and the plate actually got broke into 100 pieces. Obviously, now they decided that they are not going to keep Toto as a pet. Obviously, Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. Even grandfather realized that we were not well-to-do. Well-to-do is, we were not that much rich and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains and wallpaper. Now they have counted each and everything. So grandfather found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. So this was the end of the chapter, and Toto was given back to the Tonga driver for 3 rupees. As they were the middle class family and they couldn't afford all these frequent losses. So grandfather sold him back to the Tonga driver for 3 rupees. Thus again he incurred a loss of 2 rupees. Why incurred a loss of 2 rupees? Because he has bought Toto for 5 rupees. I hope you understood the chapter. Thank you for watching the video. Again we are going to read one of the beautiful quotation of Ruskin Bond. The world keeps on changing, but there is always something somewhere that remains the same. Bye-bye.